This episode is brought to you by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro near you at ramseysolutions.com/smartvestor.
All right, let's go to Anna Marie Island in Florida, and let's talk to Amy. Hey, Amy, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're doing great. How can we help?
So I'm a little confused as to where to go. I own two properties. One of them is on the island, and that property I owe about $400,000 on. It's worth $700,000. My monthly payment with HOA and everything is $4,500. I own another property just over the bridge. It's a bicycle ride to the beach. Mm-hmm. That is an Airbnb property. I've been making about $50,000 a year on, but I don't owe anything on that property.
Okay.
That is worth about $650,000. What I am thinking of doing is selling my property on the island. I'm kind of tired of the HOA stuff, and actually, I'm in the process after Hurricane Milton renovating my Airbnb property right now, and I'm thinking I want to move into it.
Wow.
I'm thinking of selling the condo on the island and moving into the house just over the bridge. Then I'll have no house debt. I have $200,000 in cash after the renovation left over, and then if I sold the condo, I would make $300,000 profit off of that. So I'd have $500,000. The only other debt I have is my car, which I just bought. And
what's that?
I know that it's kind of against Dave's rules, I know, but I just bought a new Infiniti. I owe $70,000 on that. So that's a $1,300 a month payment. I have a $70,000 IRA, a $20,000 Fidelity account.
So what's wrong with doing this deal and moving into the Airbnb and selling the one on the island? What's wrong with that?
It's not what's wrong with it. I think that's a smart decision. The question I have for you guys is, so I'm a real estate broker. I've done real estate, renovations, flips, building all my life. I'm a single woman, 55 years old. If I did this move and my condo actually sold and I got into the house, I have $500,000, and I need to know what to do with it, because I'm most likely to want to buy real estate and fix it and do all that, but and I'm not knowledgeable at all about the stock market. I'm trying to just wrap my brain around all of it and learn, because I'm getting to the age where I want the money to work for me instead of me working the money,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 55.
Okay. And what do you do for a job? Are you working?
I'm a real estate broker.
Oh, that's right. You said that. I'm sorry. How much do you make a year doing that?
Well, that varies quite a lot, but anything from $100,000 to $300,000 a year.
Okay. And then your primary residence, where you live now, what is the situation there?
So the condo on the island is I owe
is that where you're living? Is that condo?
It's been my primary residence.
Oh, it has. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotcha. Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
I'm a Airbnb now renovating it, but I'm thinking about just moving here.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay, so the $500,000 cash, what I would do, honestly, with it is I would take some of it, I would diversify it. And I love the idea that you like real estate, and maybe because I come from a real estate family, but I think it's a great, option to have, especially if you know what you're doing. And a lot of people don't, but you do, because you live in this world, and it's great. And it's a great way to invest. So I would take some, Amy, and I would probably max out a Roth IRA every year. I would make that part of my rhythm. I think it's $7,000 per year that you can do. So I would allocate some money to make sure that you had the cash flow. And that can come out of just your income that you're making anyways. It doesn't have to come out of this $500,000. So so that would be a thing. That would be something I would do. And then I would still, I think your IRA, do you have any other retirement investing? Do you, like, within your brokerage, any kind of 401k or anything?
I've always felt like I do better with real estate than I do with, like, because stocks have always scared me. It's always been an unknown.
Well, and so let me tell you this. There is a level of risk that I wouldn't take in the stock market when you think about single stocks. And there's ways to do it that's risky, and then ways that actually have way less risk, and you still get a great rate of return on average, anywhere from 10 to 12, 13%. I mean, this past year, the market did incredible. So it was even more than that. But doing mutual funds, investing in mutual funds, which is going to be 90 to 200 stock within a fund. So no single stock investing, all of that. So really you limit your risk when you spread your money around. And so that would be the bet that I would do. I mean, I would do anything I could to do some tax favored plans in retirement. So that would be your Roth IRA. Within your brokerage. I don't know if you do you own the brokerage or you work for someone?
I own the brokerage.
You do? Okay. I would look into it like a SEP. I mean, I would look into a couple
individual 401k.
Yeah, I would look into a couple of options just to put some money in from a retirement standpoint, because that is going to be, it's going to have more tax advantages than just going into the market on your own personally. So I would allocate some money for that. I would look around. I mean, I don't know what real estate is going for in your area, but I mean, if you can find something and pay cash for it and have another rental property to the side, I mean, I think that's a great option as well. There's nothing, you can't, I wouldn't say do anything completely wrong unless you took all this money and just like blew it or put it all in like one single stock or something. But I think real estate and some in retirement would be great. But I would also recommend sitting down with one of our SmartVestor pros. We actually just met one in the last break that's here from Seattle. Yeah. And a SmartVestor pro can sit down and really help look at all of this with you as well, and just kind of your long-term plan of retirement, long-term goals that you may have, and be able to let this money work for you in that way as well.
Yeah, I think that you're doing well. The thought I keep having is, a lump sum is going to double every 7 years. So let's say you sold the house on the island, you got the $300K. Let's say you dropped that in the bank, and then you invested the cash that you have into real estate. I mean, if you do that and you continue to add 15% of your income every single month, I mean, in 10 years, I mean, you're going to be looking pretty good. You're going to have around 1.3, and that's just assuming, you're kind of at that midway point in your income. It's not assuming for the months that you're making 300 or the years that you're making 300 and above. So you have a really great horizon on this, and way to go. Good job.
Yeah, that would be some good numbers to kind of play with. If you go to RamseySolutions.com, our investment calculator's there, and plug in some of the numbers and just say, what if I just invested, all of this $500,000 in a mutual fund? Because if it doubled, every 7 years is kind of the rule of 7. That could be exciting to you, and it may be less work and headache as real estate. But if real estate's something you love too, maybe you take some of this and buy a paid-for property.
Thanks for tuning in to Ramsey Everyday Millionaires. Need help with your investments? Connect with a SmartVestor Pro at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor or click the link in the show notes. Ramsey Solutions is a paid non-client promoter of participating pros. Learn more at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.